I just had an interview at Sephora, and the lady told me over 200 people have applied for a part-time position, and she hasn't even checked it recently. The last time she checked, 200 people. Over. How am I supposed to get a job in this economy when 200 people are applying for a part-time position? She's like, yeah, I still have to do some more interviews this week and like check out who applied. No. Hire me. 2 girls in there literally thought I was already working. They came and asked for my help. Girl, I already got the job. They think I'm working there, why can't you?
The job market continues to be tough. A lot of people are applying to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs and receiving nothing. And there's a few reasons for this. The first one is a lot of companies have ghost listings, which means that they're not actively hiring. They have these job postings to make it look like the company is actually hiring, but they're not. And this is good for the investors that are invested inside of their stock. The next one is going to be a lot of scam listings. So a lot of people are using fake job listings to data collect. And then what they're doing with that data is they're selling it to third parties for a large sum of money. And a lot of people are also just not applying to relevant job listings. So if you're applying to 1,000 jobs, it's very likely that you're using the same resume. You're not tailoring your resume to that specific job listing, and you could possibly be optimizing your resume a little bit better rather than shotgunning and easy applying to every single job listing that you find, which will probably give you some pretty poor results, as a lot of people have been seeing. But overall, the job market really isn't that good. A lot of people are struggling, a lot of companies aren't hiring, and that's just the bottom line. Check out the rest of these clips.
Bro, I feel like you have a better chance of finding your dad that left 10 years ago than to find a job in 2025. Like, I swear, bruh, nobody wants to hire me. It's like, why even say y'all are hiring in the first place if y'all won't even take a second to look at my application? Finding a job nowadays is like dating. You're out here shooting your shot by putting in all these applications only for these companies to end up ghosting you. Not even a simple email saying that I wasn't selected. These companies just go completely ghost on you. They out here treating me like I'm some hoe or something. Because tell me why a few months back when I was looking for a new job because my current one wanted to cut my hours like LeVar Ball cutting off his leg type shit. And so when that shit happened, I applied to over 100 jobs and we are now in March. It's been a few months and not a single one ever hit me back. Not even McDonald's, bruh. Ronald McDonald out here hoeing by not giving people jobs. That greedy ass clown. Bro, you know you are cooked when not even McDonald's wants to hire your chopped ass. My advice to the people that are currently employed, please, for the love of God, keep that job that you hate so much. If you are one of those that keeps showing up late for work, you better start coming in at least an hour early. And for the ones that keep calling in for work, I want you to hop in that 1999 Civic with 200k miles on it and go clock into that 9 to 5, little bro. Because I promise you, the way the job market is nowadays, the last thing you want to happen to you is to lose your job. But hey, y'all stay safe out there, drink plenty of water, eat your vegetables and fruits, and remember, don't be silly, wrap that willy. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys.
I've applied for 1,142 jobs. Here's the results. So out of the 1,000 jobs that I applied for, I got 82 interviews. Yes, 82 interviews. Of those first round interviews, 47 of them turned into second round interviews. Then we got 11 final interviews, and then I got one job offer. One job offer. So here are my final results from using the Sprout app to get me interviews. 996 jobs ghosted me, 142 jobs rejected me, and I accepted one job offer. Hopefully this one goes as planned, but like for more.
So no one's going to come out and say this to you, so I will. The job market is cooked right now. I was talking to my Uber driver and I brought it up, and he told me that he has been out of work since 2022. In his specific field, he's been looking for a job since 2022 and he hasn't been able to find one. And then I talked about how most people are trying to apply for gas stations, grocery stores, McDonald's, and they're getting denial letters. So when you are overqualified for a job and you try to go down to a lower level in order to make money temporarily to get to where you need to get to pay your bills, they are not going to hire you knowing that you are overqualified. You have to really dumb down your application and get rid of all your qualifications, your degrees, all of that job history that lets them know that you are overqualified. It's just something that you have to do. So many people are out here looking for jobs, and people comment on my posts all the time, and they're saying, oh, I left my job yesterday and today I'm already at a new job. Clap, 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 good for you. But that is not everyone's story. So really be careful when you're out here quitting jobs. I understand stress. If you are so stressed at a job that you feel like your life is over, you can't do it, it is taking everything from you, by all means, begin to look for a new one. And if you have to leave, I understand. But do not just all willy-nilly just quit a job. This is not the time for that. Maybe it was a time for that 10 years ago, but now it certainly isn't the time for that. So just a little bit of advice for you guys who are listening. Thank you for listening.
The job market is terrible, but here's my best advice that I can give somebody who's looking for a job right now. Number one, stay off of these recruiting websites, LinkedIn, Indeed, what's another one, Built-in. You don't want to go to those websites and think that, oh, this is the opportunity for me to find a job. I would say about 80% of those jobs are fake jobs. They're not real. They're either jobs that the companies are just posting so they can get their numbers up and say like, hey, we posted this job, we got this many applications for their statistics or whatever. I'm not too sure why they're posting fake jobs to steal your information. That's another reason. But yeah, stay off those websites. That should not be your main source to look for jobs. While I'm not saying that you can't get a job from there, what I'm saying is that it's flooded with fake jobs, fake recruiters, companies that just want to get their numbers up. It's not a good source for you to go and apply for jobs and think like, oh, this is where I'm going to get a job. So stay off those sites. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go to actual company sites. If you're applying for Amazon, you want to apply for Amazon on Amazon's career site. You don't want to go to Indeed and apply for Amazon. Go to Amazon's career site and apply for them. Same thing for Home Depot. If you want to apply for Home Depot, go to Home Depot's career site. Don't go to LinkedIn to apply for Home Depot, because first off, Home Depot is going to look at their career site before they look at anything else. The next, and this is probably the most important thing, your resume is not a one and all thing. Your resume needs to be tailored to each job that you apply to, not just you create one resume and you send the same resume to every single job. That's not going to work. With AI is already filtering through resumes, so you have to learn how to beat AI. Basically saying that there's a job description, there's qualifications. Your resume needs to have that job description and those qualifications on there. While I did not lie on my resume, I need you guys to understand this. Those qualifications and those job descriptions that you're applying for needs to be on your resume. Same thing with your cover letter. Let your cover letter reflect the job that you're applying for. Now, this is the second most important thing. Effort is going to produce results. Me, I had a goal. I applied to 10 jobs every single day until I landed the career that I have now. Don't believe me? Here's my daily goals. Apply for 10 jobs. The job market sucks and companies aren't hiring like that. But if you follow these steps, you can use those to get yourself just that extra step above the other candidates. And eventually you're going to find the right job. You're going to find a job that is hiring, that is looking for people, and you're going to land an interview. When a company reaches out to you for an interview, ask all the questions. Ask what is the process of the interview. What is going to happen in the next interview? If it's a technical interview, ask what type of questions are you going to be asking me to answer? And then do your research. Look up the answers to those questions. Look up how to find those answers. If you lied on your resume, you need to be able to make sure that that lie is not a lie. Like I said, I can't speak on this because I didn't lie on my resume, but if you did, You put something that you wasn't familiar with on your resume, and that's something that the company's going to want to learn about and want you to know. You need to make sure that you're doing your research so that you know what that information is by the time that interview happens. I'm not saying this is the end all be all the information that you're going to need, but it's definitely information that's important. If you're not tailoring your resume to each job that you're applying for, you're not doing it right. Let me know if y'all want more tips and tricks. Y'all be positive. Peace.
I did everything right. Getting a job ain't shit.
2 associate's degrees, 2 bachelor's degrees, and working on my master's is not enough to get a job in America. The job market is cooked, and I'm convinced that the recruiters have a lot to do with it. I know that there are great recruiters out there because I've experienced some, but I just got out of an interview, and it's an entry-level position, which I'm well overqualified for. And it's a administrative assistant job, which is a job I don't mind, but I have been freelancing, owning my own company for the last 5+ years. So if I have to start at entry level to just get in this corporate world, I'm okay with that. This guy, as you can clearly see on my resume, I didn't even put my associate's degrees. I just put my bachelor's and that I'm currently working on my master's. And he goes, okay, let's talk a little bit about your education, which they don't ask for. All they ask for is that they prefer you to have an associate's degree. He says, let's talk about it. So, are you, I'm trying to see, do you have your bachelor's or no? I said, actually, I have 2. I have one in entertainment business and one in computer information systems. And I'm working on my master's. And before I'm trying to say project management, which would tie in with this role. He's, okay. Sir, did you read the resume? So when we're talking about a little bit of my experience and I'm saying the admin role, I ran my own company. However, I assist other people with their businesses when it comes to their media aspect and what they need, booking the shoots, putting on events, like all of these things that you need in the job description. You literally ask for 3 things when it comes to the qualification, and 1 year of each, and I knocked those out the park. Again, I ran my own business, and he asks, well, all that is good, but do you have administrative support experience? Might I add, I also mentioned that I have 5 years in the U.S. military. So in there, I had to keep track of inventory reports, expense reports, all of these things that I would think will be administrative. Again, you're asking for 1 year of administrative report experience. He asks, did I have experience booking travel for people? And I said, yes, I've had clients. I've had to hire people for my team, and I had to book their travel. I had to come up with their itineraries. I had to book their transportation to and from the airport. I have that. He said, yeah, but what executive? These are people that own their own companies. They are the chief executives or the CEOs of their own businesses. And then he proceeds to ask, do you have experience managing calendars? Again, I ran my own business, photography, videography business, and media business. I've had to hire people for this, and that. But to answer the question in the form of corporate, yes, I have to, clients hire me. I have to see what their schedule look like. I have to see what these editors, these videographers, these photographers who have helped me in their schedules, mix them together. I said this a more professional way, but I'm just giving y'all a grasp of what it is that I have done and how it can relate to your job description of needing at least 1 year of experience managing a calendar. I've had to handle shoots when I was in the military. I used to work with, you know what I'm saying? Orchestrating that, like organizational skills, managing my own calendar as a business owner. And he still was kind of unsure on what I do. So in the end, he asked me if I had any questions. And one question that he talked about the salary. The salary is a little low, but it's something that I can live with. And just thinking like I'm coming from a freelance to a corporate. So I already know it's an issue with people like, oh, you freelance, you ain't never had a real job. Like, what do you think I've been doing the last 8 years? But I digress. And he said something along the lines of this is our pay range, but we are about here, which is on the lower end. If we were to go to the higher end, you would need to have all of what we're asking for. So, sir, you're talking about the 1 year of administrative support and the 1 year of managing calendars, and I forgot what the one was, which wasn't a degree or nothing. The associate's degree was a preferred. And his tone was telling me that he don't think I'm even close to even getting the bare minimum for the experience. So in that, I asked the question, if I was to move on, what is something that I could focus on in my next interview? He said, well, if you were to move on, it was the if for me. Because I know he don't have no control over it. He still got to go. You will really need to figure out how you can tell them that you have coordinated travel and have managed calendars before. With that answer, that is to me him telling me that I've never managed a calendar or have never coordinated travel. In this whole 30-minute conversation, and you see my resume in front of you, I'm not capable of handling an administrative position. And then to add, for this screening, he rescheduled 3 times. Sir, it sounds like you don't know how to manage your schedule because you kept overbooking me. But I digress. Comment below if you want to hear more stories that I have been dealing with these recruiters.